Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Pokemon Sun and Moon episode number 35. Now this episode I was looking forward to for quite a while now, for obvious reasons, because it was going to be like a Mallow episode, right? Well, it ends up not really being quite that. It ends up being more of an Ash-based episode, so I was kind of upset with the fact that Mallow really didn't have much of a significant plot developing role in this episode. I really wanted to see more things happen with Mallow, but Mallow was, yeah, she was significant. She was like the one guiding Ash through the trial, just like how she guides you through the trials in the games. And, you know, this was Olivia's test for Ash and stuff. So overall, I was kind of upset that Mallow really didn't receive much development herself, but she was still having a role, I guess you could say, within this episode. Overall, I say in the Sun and Moon series, the episodes themselves are great. The adventures that they have in every single story in every single episode are fantastic. The minor moments, etc., are the best, you know. But I think the reason why some people have negative criticism over the show is because of the overall goal of every single character. The end goal is kind of dull. I mean, if you compare it to Ash's previous seasons, where he's trying to be the league champion or the Pokemon master in its entirety, right? Whereas now he's just trying to graduate from his Pokemon school. It's such a significant less goal. You know, it's more realistic, and I think that's what makes it dull. And I think that's why people are just not as invested in watching the show. Even though, in my opinion, I still really like enjoying watching it. Like the stuff that happens and the minor moments and the bonding moments you see between Ash and his friends, they're still interesting to watch and they're funny, and you know, it's still worthwhile. But I think it's kind of like it lost its touch with regards to the overall picture and really captivating people in that regard. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back into this episode and kind of start from the beginning. Now, the main thing about Mallow and Ash I really liked about this episode was the fact that you could really get to see their friendship and their bonding and stuff, and all these like funny moments between the two, especially the one with the Fomantis when they're trying to sneak by them. And the parasite lets out its gas, and Mallow and Ash's cheeks like blow up, and then they all blush, and they're trying to not to sneeze and stuff and wake up the Fomantis, and then they just bolt and grab the fruit and take off. But then Ash like lands on his face, and then Ash and Mallow just all of a sudden, you know, they uncover their mouths and just like burst out laughing and stuff like that. And then later on, Ash is like trying to like impress Mallow or something, and then he's not even watching where he's going, and he falls into that hole, and that Diglett comes out, and like, just stuff like, minor stuff like that. And Olivia's obviously watching Ash from the bushes because, you know, she told Mallow to, you know, lead him and watch over him on his trial to go to that Totem Lurantis, because this is like his test before she battles him. So, which also leads me to the point that the fact that, you know, every single region is going to have probably just one totem battle. I mean, not every region, but every island is going to have one totem battle and then one grand trial. Kind of like it's going to end up being 8 major battles, kind of like how Ash battles 8 major battles during, you know, all those gym battles that he has back in every other region. He's going to have 4 totem battles and 4 grand trial battles. So he's technically will only have 1 trial island. That's what it just looks like so far. It could change, but Hala only had him have that totem gumshoes thing, and then he battled him right after that. Same thing happened here. Olivia had him battle Lurantis, and then, you know, obviously he's battling her right after that. So with that being said, that's what just looks like is going to be the case for the rest of the series. Now, if we go and look at this episode itself, the minor moments were really, really great, but I think the battle was the best part of this episode, and Litten and Rowlet working together to take out the Lurantis and the, I don't know why I forget its name all of a sudden. I'll cast form. Thank you, my conscience. But that battle itself was fantastic. Like, I loved that battle. But although the one thing that kind of upset me about the battle was the Lurantis kind of just stood still and took on the attacks and didn't even try to dodge Litten's like attacks at all. Like, he just kind of took them on and eventually, you know, was wiped out by Litten because he just didn't move. And then overall, like the Z move, Litten finally used the Z move, that was fantastic. It looked like this normal Z crystal in order to attack the Lurantis and finally finish it off. And Rowlet finished off the cast form earlier, Rowlet also had great development, though. Rowlet did have some development, and the Pokemon had great development, as well as, I guess, sort of Ash. But I really wanted to see more out of Mallow, but maybe we'll see that later on. In the next episode, she looks like she's going to be teaching him how to use the grass Z-Crystal form and all that good stuff. So it looks like Mallow's still going to have a significant impact in the next episode as well. But Litten and Rowlet working together, Rowlet picking up Litten, I think Ash is going to use that during his battle with Olivia. You know, obviously we saw it in the scans and the previews where he picks up Rockruff and he drags him places. So I think he's going to be using that tactic as well. But it was a double battle, and I think Litten and Rowlet now trust each other more, care for each other more, and Litten will see Rowlet as a much more like worthy companion or something. So it was really, overall, this episode was fantastic, and Olivia at the very end like came out of the bushes, ended up grabbing Ash and like kissing him and stuff, and then she ended up kissing all the Pokemon as well. And then like it's just like, and then she was like, "Oh, this was your trial, oh my god, the Mallow, she was part of it," and blah 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 blah. And then it's just, I don't know, that it was kind of a unique ending, and overall this episode was pretty unique too. I loved all the minor moments, especially with Ash and Mallow, and of course Mallow looked absolutely adorable. But that's pretty much it from my point of view. But ladies and gentlemen, you can post your thoughts and feelings about it in the comment section below. It was overall a great episode, great battle, especially for a Litten and Rowlet development. But post your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. I love you all. I can't wait till you guys see you in the next episode. Make sure you go subscribe and follow me over on Twitter if you want to talk more about the upcoming episodes and stuff. I love you all. I can't wait to see you, and peace out! Thank you very much.